So now coming to the section of verbal ability, a section which is taken for granted by a lot of you. At the same time is also the section which, despite being the most scoring, is where a lot of people stumble, fumble, and are not able to clear the cutoffs. And it breaks our heart and also yours when you do so well in the exam, but you are not able to meet the cutoffs of verbal section, which is why you don't get past the stage 1. Because in the case of IIM Indore, you have to clear each section separately and you don't just have an overall cutoff. So it becomes imperative that you are starting to prepare for this from your day 1. You might say, ठीक है, 1st से 12th तक इंग्लिश पढ़ा है, आता है हमें इंग्लिश, कोई ज़्यादा बड़ी बात नहीं है, हम बोलते भी ठीक हैं, हम लिखते भी ठीक हैं, बोर्ड्स में तो हमारे 100 आए थे, तो क्यों पढ़ना है इस सेक्शन को? Well, you have to understand for once that English as a subject is something different and verbal ability as a section is a completely different game altogether. And just because you are good in English does not translate you into getting good marks in verbal, because it requires a certain thought structure. It requires you to deduce what is being asked in the question, and it also asks you, to arrive at the correct answer by critically analyzing all the options that are available to you. And that is something which you will have to develop over time. It's not like QA, which is very predictable in a sense that आपको आज प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस नहीं आता, आपने 3 दिन करा, आप चौथे दिन उस टॉपिक को अच्छे से कर सकते हो. Can I say the same about reading comprehension or grammar? Absolutely not. It will require practice. It will require you to keep coming back to those topics over and over again and perfect it till the day you don't have exams. I don't care if you have 1 month to prepare for it or a year to spare. You have to make sure that whatever time duration that you have available to yourself, you are putting at least 30-60 minutes every single day to prepare for this particular section. Enough of scaring you already. Let's just come as to how do you actually prepare for it now that you understand the importance of this section. Now, the first thing that you will have to understand is that reading is going to be very important. It is going to be a crucial element of your verbal ability preparation. And that's not just because of the reading comprehension section or like questions per se. We can broadly divide your syllabus into 4 different areas. One is going to be reading comprehension, then vocabulary, then you have grammar, then you have critical reasoning or verbal logic. And if I talk about reading as a hobby or as a skill that you have in your arsenal, it is going to be important not only in the case of reading comprehension, also in the case of vocabulary, because it helps you pick a lot of new words as and when you read things. It also helps you with grammar because you develop an instinctive grammar as and when you go through a lot of content, written content. And at the same time, it helps you structure your thoughts. It helps you think about things and analyze them in a critical fashion. And that will help you in the critical reasoning question as well. And you have to make sure that you are giving at least 20, 30, 40 minutes of your daily time to read, and that really depends on how much time you have for preparation, but at least 25 minutes is something that you'll have to target. You have the daily RCS group wherein we send a lot of articles on a daily basis which you can go through. You don't have to go through each and everything that's there, but at the same time we expect you to go through at least a couple of them depending on your choice, and make sure that you understand it fully. You can also write a summary of what you have just read. It will also help you with WAT preparation. You can also recite it orally. It will help you with PI preparation, and that's definitely something that you have to do. Also, one thing that you have to understand is that just because you have read Harry Potter or you're very fond of reading fiction, it does not mean you become a good reader already. See, you might be the best person or you might be very keen when it comes to fiction. But at the same time, what if in the actual exam you get an article which is on philosophy? The idea is to not get too comfortable with all the sources that you are using for reading. The idea is to get yourself in that position where you are uncomfortable, because in the actual exam, the topics might be such. The topic might be on philosophy. It can be on, let's say, technology. It can be on natural sciences, or it can be about something completely different out of the box. And you have to make sure that you are in a position, you are so spontaneous that regardless of the topic that I throw at you, you are able to deduce it, you are able to arrive at the correct answer after reading the entire passage. अगर आपको अभी कुछ भी नहीं पता है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के बारे में, और अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि ये पैसेज पढ़ के मुझे इनका आंसर दीजिए, तो आप उस पोजीशन में होने चाहिए कि you are able to answer those questions. And for that, you obviously have to make sure that you are reading to the fullest. In the other parts, or like if I talk about how do you prepare for each specific section, this was a general overview as to something which is very important throughout your preparation. What you have to make sure in the case of verbal ability is that there's not much to teach in the case of verbal, but there's a lot for you to practice. So once you are done with your lectures, you have quizzes available on the platform itself. Go through them, do all the quizzes. You also have the booklets available. You'll have the theory booklet. Please go through that. In the case of verbal ability, at least, it is highly recommended from my side, especially in the case of grammar and vocab, but for other topics as well. So go through the lecture books or the theory books. You'll have solved examples there. Then you also go to the practice test book. That's where you'll find a lot of questions, and you can essentially practice a lot of things from over there and make sure that you perfect each and every topic as and when you proceed to the next one. It's also is an ongoing process, so it's not like you do grammar in the first week and then completely forget about it in the 12th week, as an example. You have to make sure that you are also staying in touch, coming to those topics over and over again. If you're short of content, if you have done everything that's there on the platform in the booklets, just let me know and I'll provide you with extra material. We are in a phase of expanding the content portfolio that we have available, but even the current content would suffice as long as you are making the best use of it. So you have to do those questions in the books, you have to do the lectures, you also have to attend the live classes and solve the questions with us. As I mentioned in the course access video also, the live classes are going to be for revision and practice and not necessarily to teach you concepts from the scratch. For that, you'll have to go through the videos and then come to the live session so as to we can expand your knowledge, we can expand your horizon. But now, reading comprehension as a topic or as a section, how do you prepare for it? You go through the lectures, you solve a lot of RCs which are available in the booklets first, because the thing is that first of all, you have to focus on your accuracy and then come to the speed. And if you have a timer ticking in the online test platform that we have, it is bound to make you stumble upon a lot of questions wherein you would know the answer. It's just that the time pressure would make you mark incorrect answers. So first of all, go through the RCs available in the books. That will help you at least do these things in an untimed manner and on pen and paper, which a couple of exams might be conducted in the pen paper format, although most of them is now computer based. But yeah, you first go through the booklets, you solve the questions, then you'll have a lot of RCs available on the portal. We plan on adding 150-200 RCs in total. So that's where you can also do the RCs from. And that's how you will be preparing for reading comprehension. I've already covered, reading in itself, like reading as a topic. So that's something that you'll have to do. After that, you can obviously come to the books and you have the lectures, live sessions, and that's how you're going to do the reading comprehension part. In the case of vocabulary, what I have with me is the Bible of Vocabulary, which is Word Power Made Easy. This is a book that you'll have to buy separately, but it will only cost you 90-100 rupees. You can buy it off Amazon as well. It's a thick book, but at the same time, it's a fun and enjoyable read. And if you are somebody who already has a good lexical portfolio, you might find this book redundant and boring. At the same time, if you are somebody who is just starting out, who is not really exposed to a lot of words, this book is going to be the best bet for you, as it not only helps you come across new words, it also helps you retain them, as all those words which come in this book are going to be repeated over and over again. It also helps you understand as to how a word comes into being. It is a book which talks about etymology, and the writer essentially talks to you in this book rather than it being very monotonous. So this is definitely recommended from our end. It has 47 sessions. You can quickly do it depending on the time duration you have. I recommend you to go through this book at least twice. Once when you're just developing your conceptual base, and the second time for revision. After you're done with this, that is when you come to the booklets that we have. Because in those booklets, it will be harder for you to go through all of it and read in it in the first glance. But once you have done at least this book, it will get a little easier. So you can definitely go through that. But vocabulary as a topic, it's non-exhaustive. The syllabus is essentially infinite. But at least after doing this and after doing the books, you can say that you have at least done something, and you can always make educated guesses in order to come to the correct answer. In the case of IPMAT Indore, they usually won't ask you for direct vocabulary. That means you won't be asked for antonym, synonym, meaning. They might, though, in the case of it being a question of a reading comprehension set, but not as a standalone question. Usually it's fill-ups or let's say correct usage of words or questions of that nature. Essentially, you have a context in and around that word which you can use to make an educated guess. So that's something you can do. Also, in the case of IPM at Indore, phrasal verbs, idioms are given some importance, and that is something that you will also have to cover. So, at least do a couple of sheets of idioms and phrases. You can find them online. You can also find them in our books. You can just go through that so that at least you know the basic idioms and phrases, and that will help you by leaps and bounds in the case of your IPM at Indore as well as other entrances that you might give. Now coming to the third subsection, which is going to be grammar. Now grammar as a section has a limited scope. In the case of IPM at Indore, about 5 to 6 questions will come in your exam out of 40 in the case of grammar. But at the same time, it has its own importance. It will help you understand things better. It will help you write things better, especially in the case of WAT. So you have to give due importance to this particular thing as well. Now, how can you do grammar? The best is to just go through the rules given in the book. Then you also go through the lectures, solve the practice quizzes available, then come to the practice booklets, also join the live classes. But if you're somebody who's struggling with this particular subsection, or you are not just very thorough with the basic understanding of grammar, you flunked your grammar classes in your high school, middle school, or whenever it was taught to you, in that case you can always go for this book called Wren and Martin. I don't have it here, but that definitely is a good book if in case you want to do the basics of grammar and you have to cover it from start till the end. But that book is very expansive. I'm not saying expensive, I'm saying expansive, which means it's vast. It has a lot of content to it, and especially if in case you are taking it up as a crash course, doing the entire book is not something which you just cannot possibly complete the entire book in the time duration that you have. But if you're preparing 6 months, 12 months in advance, you can certainly pick up that book and also do it so as to make sure you are perfecting your basics of grammar and you are able to answer every single question that comes in your exam. Now the final section, which is going to be your critical reasoning section or the verbal logic section. In that case, again, it's more of a subset of reading comprehension. That's how I infer or interpret it to be. And in the case, the preparation strategy remains the same. The lectures, then you have the booklets, then you have the sheets available online, you have a lot of content available in the mocks, in the sectional test. You go through all of that, and I think that alone would suffice. But if you still have anything to do, or like if you need more content, if you need more sources after you are done with everything that we have provided to you, you can always reach out to us and we can make that happen. So that will never be an issue over here. That being said, I hope I was able to make you understand the importance of this one particular section, the most scoring one. At the same time, a lot of people miss out on the cutoffs or the sectional cutoffs of this section by a couple of marks, which is something we don't want you to suffer from. So please understand the importance of it. Start preparing from day one, and I hope you ace the verbal ability section as well as the entire paper. Thank you so much. Stay safe and all the very best.
So now, how can we get you started? Go to aceipm.com. Over here, you will see the free counseling button. Click on that, enter your details, and a future senior of yours from IIM is going to give you a call, and you can get all your doubts clarified from them.